Hey, Dad.
Hey, what?
Want to hear a joke?
Yeah, I want to hear a joke.
Little Johnny's in spelling class, and the teacher says, "Who can spell the word before?" Little Susie raises her hand, and she says, "B-E-P-H," and the teacher says, "Nope, next." Little Billy raises his hand, and he says, "B-E-F-O-O," and the teacher says, "Nope, next." And little Johnny raises his hand. He says, "Hey, teacher, I got this. B-E-F-O-R-E, before." The teacher says, "That's great, little Johnny. Can you use it in a sentence, please?" Little Johnny says, "Sure I can. 2 + 2 before." Hey, Dad, you want to hear a joke?
Yeah, I want to hear a joke.
Little Johnny was in math class, and the teacher says, "Little Johnny, if you have $1 and you ask your daddy for $1.50, how much money will you have?" Little Johnny says, "Teach, I have $1. The teacher says, "I'm going to ask you again. Little Johnny, if you have $1 and you ask your daddy for $1.50, how much money will you have?" Little Johnny looks her dead in the eyes and says, "Teach, I have $1. The teacher says, "Little Johnny, you must not know your math very well." Little Johnny says, "Teach, that may be, but you don't know my daddy very well either."
You're right.
Hey, Dad, you want to hear a joke?
Yeah, I want to hear a joke.
Okay, so little Johnny calls up his dad at work and says, "Hey, Dad, I'm a genius." Then his dad says, "How are you a genius?" Then he says, "Because I did a puzzle, it only took me 1 year." Then his dad says, "That doesn't make you a genius." Then little Johnny says, "Are you sure? Because on the box it says 3 to 5 years.
That's a good one.
Dad,
Hey, what?
want to hear a joke?
Yeah, I want to hear a joke.
Little Johnny was at the playground making ugly faces at little Susie. Miss Ratsniff saw this and ran over to little Johnny.
Rat sniff?
Yep.
Okay.
She said, "When I was a little girl and I made ugly faces like that, my daddy told me that ugly face would stick." Little Johnny smiled and said, "Well, Teach, you can't say he didn't warn you."
I don't want to hear a joke.
Yeah, I want to hear a joke.
Okay, why can't Elsa have a balloon?
Why can't Elsa have a balloon?
Oh, because she'll let it go.
Because she'll let it go.
Dad,
Hey, what?
want to hear a joke?
Yeah, I want to hear a joke.
Little Johnny was in church with his grandma. His grandma leans over and says, "Little Johnny, I just let out a silent fart. What do I do?" Little Johnny is embarrassed and says, "You can start by changing the batteries in your hearing aids."